Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking all about the Philadelphia Eagles and their latest outing, a tense, hard-fought win on Monday Night Football. We'll break down what happened, how the Eagles got the win, what it means for their season, the injury signals, and what to watch going forward. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you enjoy these in-depth reviews, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any video. Let's dive in. It was Week 10 of the 2025 NFL season, and the Eagles traveled to face the Green Bay Packers at their historic home Lambeau Field. The conditions were cold, the lights were bright, and the stakes were high, two well-regarded clubs, one looking to solidify a run, the other wanting to stay relevant. The Eagles came in with momentum and confidence. The Packers likewise aimed to rebound in the NFC North. What followed was a defensive battle, low-scoring, tense, with very few wasted plays. The final score, Eagles 10, Packers 7. The first half was unusual by modern NFL standards. Both teams combined for 0 points until halftime. Yes, you heard that right, a scoreless halftime at Lambeau Field. Offenses struggled. The Eagles managed just 125 total yards in the first half, while the Packers produced only 83. Green Bay was 0 for 5 on third downs in that opening period. Key moments. Early on, the Eagles' defense got involved immediately. On the Packers' opening drive, pressure up front forced breakdowns. In particular, outside linebacker Jalen Hunt produced a big sack on QB Jordan Love. Then, late in the half, the Eagles forced a fumble by Love, recovered by newly arrived edge rusher Jalen Phillips, his debut for Philadelphia. This gave the Birds possession and prevented Green Bay from sneaking ahead before the break. Offensively, the Eagles were stagnant, inconsistent in third down conversions, lacking explosive plays until later in the game. The conditions and defensive schemes likely played big roles. So the off-script narrative here, when both teams bring their defenses and the offenses stall, the game becomes a field position battle, a matter of fewer mistakes, and one play or one drive can tilt everything. In the third quarter the Eagles finally broke through. A 10-play, 50-yard drive culminated in a 39-yard field goal by Jake Elliott. That gave Philly a 3-0 lead. But the big moment came in the fourth quarter. With the game still tight, the Eagles struck. On a 3rd-and-7 at their own 23, the Birds called a pass to RB Saquon Barkley. He caught a short pass behind the line, made a spin move, and exploded for a 41-yard gain to the Green Bay 36. Immediately after, QB Jalen fired a 36-yard touchdown pass to devonta Smith, who leapt over a defender at the goal line and secured the score. That made it 1-0 with about 10:35 remaining. The Packers answered. RB Josh Jacobs powered in a 6-yard touchdown run with 5:49 left to make it 1-7. The key defensive stop, with 2:18 and 2 timeouts remaining, Green Bay had the ball at their own 10. But on 48-1 from their 44, Jacobs fumbled, recovered by the Eagles at the GB 35, with 1:26 left. That essentially sealed the win. Green Bay had one last chance. From their own 36 with 27 seconds left, Love completed an 18-yard pass, but their kicker, Brandon McManus, pushed a 64-yard attempt wide/short as time expired. Game over. Thus, the win was crafted through a mixture of timely offense, dramatic big plays, Barkley plus Smith, and a dominating defensive performance. This game wrapped a clear message: the Eagles' defense is carrying them right now. They held a playoff-caliber offense to a mere 7 points. The Packers, known for their offensive tradition, struggled. Philadelphia's defense limited them to 261 total yards. Highlights. 3 sacks recorded by Philly's front. The aforementioned forced fumble by Dean/Phillips near halftime prevented Green Bay from gaining momentum. On the final stand, the defensive front got penetration, forced a turnover at a critical moment. The Birds held the Packers to just 5 for 13 on third down, or similar. The exact number varies, but the indication is clear: the Packers were ineffective. For a team that wants to make a deep playoff run, defense like this is non-negotiable. The Eagles are showing that when they play their style, tough, physical, opportunistic, they can win ugly and win important. Offensively, the night was uneven for Philadelphia. The first half offered little in the way of rhythm or highlight plays. But the third and fourth quarters proved decisive. Key notes. Jalen Hurts finished with 183 passing yards and 1 touchdown. Barkley added 60 rushing yards on 22 carries. Devonta Smith's performance. He had 4 receptions, 69 yards and the game-winning touchdown. The big 41-yard Barkley play changed field position and set the stage for the big pass. That sequence was the turning point. The offense stayed conservative for much of the night, playing within structure and relying on the defense and field position. But when they needed the big play, they delivered. Offensive question marks remain. Can the Birds generate more consistent production against elite defenders? Can they avoid stagnant starts like early in this game? But most importantly, in games where offense is limited, can they still eke out a win? This game says yes. Important to mention, injuries and how the roster held up. 2 key points. Right tackle Lane Johnson suffered an ankle injury midway through the second quarter after a direct hit to his left leg by Packers safety Evan Williams. Johnson limped off, was questionable for a time, but returned with about 5:35 left in the game. Center Cam Jurgens did not play, knee injury. That puts added pressure on the offensive line. These injuries highlight 2 things: depth matters, and next man up can't be an afterthought. The Eagles' line still held up well, but losing Johnson or Jurgens long-term could harm protection and running lanes. The team will want to monitor those situations closely. With the win, the Eagles' record improved to 7-2. They now lead the NFC East by a healthy margin. This kind of win, on the road in primetime, in a tough environment, builds character and belief. Why it matters. For playoff seeding, conference standing and home field aspirations, road wins are gold. For a team with championship aspirations, defensive wins like this are often what differentiate contenders from pretenders. It reaffirms that even when the offense isn't humming, the team can rely on the defense, field position, and opportunistic moments to secure the W. For the Packers, the loss drops them to 5-3-1 and complicates their path in the NFC North. For the Eagles, it's a step forward: stay healthy, maintain the edge, and keep the focus. Let's highlight the big lessons and players from this game. Defense wins. The Eagles built their victory through defense, keeping the opponent under 300 total yards, limiting major plays, and forcing mistakes. Big play sequence mattered. Barkley's 41-yard run plus Hurts to Smith touchdown were decisive. Without those plays, the game could have swung. Momentum in the fourth quarter. In tight games, finishing strong is vital. The Eagles did. Injury resilience. Johnson gets hurt but returns. Jurgens out, yet the line still protected and produced. Depth held up. Trust in coaching and identity. The Eagles played to their strengths: physical, defensive, opportunistic. No need for offense fireworks, just execution. What to improve/monitor. Offense slow start, needs more rhythm earlier. Avoid making defense bail them out too often. Monitor OL health. Standout players. Devonta Smith. The touchdown catch was electrifying and timely. Saquon Barkley. His big run changed the field and momentum. Defensive front, especially Jalen Phillips, Jalex Hunt. Created pressure, forced big plays. Lane Johnson. His return late underscores toughness and importance. Now that this win is in the books, what should fans and analysts watch for? Next matchup and context. The Eagles return home to face the Detroit Lions 6-3 on Sunday Night Football. That's a marquee game. The Lions are coming off a strong win and pose a different kind of challenge. Offensive consistency. Can the offense start faster in future games? Can Hurts and Barkley consistently break big plays? Can the line stay healthy and effective? Defensive stamina and depth. As the season progresses, fatigue, injury, and schematics matter. Can the defense maintain this level of play week after week? Injury updates. Watch how Lane Johnson, Cam Jurgens recover or adapt. Monitor other key players for maintenance. Playoff/seeding implications. The Eagles are in a favorable position. Maintaining momentum and health can translate into home field advantage, which historically matters. Mental edge. Wins like this build confidence. But the team must avoid thinking it'll be easy next time. They'll face tougher tests ahead. In summary, the Philadelphia Eagles pulled off a gutsy 1-0-7 road win against the Packers in a game dominated by defense and a few clutch plays. They showed resilience, identity, and depth. While the offense wasn't perfect, the overall performance reinforced that this team is built for the deep run. Injuries remain a caution flag, but the big picture is positive. For fans, coaches, and players alike, this is the kind of win you bank when you're chasing a championship. That wraps up our review of this week's Eagles update. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more weekly scripts/reviews just like this, let me know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow fans. Thanks for watching, and until next time, fly Eagles fly.